What's up, everyone? John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo here. Some of my favorite phones every year are the pure, unadulterated Android goodness bestowed upon our smartphone-loving hands by our overlords at Google. Last year, we got the Nexus 6, which I absolutely loved. It brought in the first device shipping with Lollipop, and it's a pretty badass phone. It still is. But phones never rest on their laurels, and what the next Nexus, or Nexi, are going to be starting to leak out. So I thought I'd make a video to tell you what you can expect from the next Nexus devices when they eventually hit sometime in October. So let's start with the Big Daddy. Our old friend and one of the most prolific phone leakers ever, Evan Blass from EvLeaks, is back with some dish on what we're going to see from the Huawei-built next Nexus. So first, 5.7-inch QHD screen with metal body. We knew 5.7-inch before, but the QHD is new information. It's going to be powered by the Snapdragon 820. It's a quick refresher what that's going to do. It's a first 64-bit custom Qualcomm CPU core called Cryo. And it's kind of just a random fact about the 820. The new system chip is also the first of a new platform called Zeroth. I don't know where they got the naming system from either. The 820 is also going to usher in some new Qualcomm tech, particularly the Snapdragon Sense with 3D fingerprint technology, which should go nicely with Android M's native support for fingerprint scanners, which the Huawei-built phone is going to be packing. Rounding out the specs, we're hearing the battery is going to be about 3,500 milliamp hours, and it's going to have a USB-C port, which Google was all giddy about during I/O. Again, it's one port, reversible, same port that's being used in laptops, used in the Chromebook, and it's probably going to be the one port to rule them all relatively soon. But that might not be the only new Nexus we get this year. It might be the first year we get not one, but this many new Nexus. Rumor has it Google will also unveil a smaller LG-made Nexus phone around the same time. And if you're a fan of the Nexus 5, LG making a Nexus phone is probably music to your ears. The device is allegedly going to pack a 5.2-inch display, a much smaller 2,700 milliamp hour battery, and a Snapdragon 808 processor, which is super capable in its own right. It might also feature a totally new design rather than just refreshing the current LG phones. The bad news here, though, is Google's not expected to reveal any new Nexus goodness until late 2015 when it releases the final build of Android M. It typically happens at the end of October. So we'll have a few more months before these rumored phones get unveiled, and probably a few more weeks before we start seeing leaked pictures of what these guys are going to look like. I love Nexus phones. I'm a bit dubious on a Huawei-built Nexus phone, but I'm going to give Google the benefit of the doubt and be super excited. 5.7 is still a big phone, smaller footprint that we have now with the current Nexus 6. I'm all about it. Just give it to me. Let me have that Android Marshmallow, Android Malamar, Android Milkshake. Just eat it up. You guys are going to make memes of me doing that, aren't you? I'm excited about the next Nexus phone. Just for my own interest, I started doing research on what I thought it was going to be. And I figured I should just share with you guys what I found. So that's what we know. As we get more information, I'll be sure to tell you. And of course, stay tuned to Techno Buffalo for latest news. And if you want to take a look at the new build of Android M that's been seeded to developers, hit this link right here and go check that out. Until next time, I'm John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo. See you next video.